Today we are making an apple strawberry rhubarb crumble pie.
Has to be all those.
It has to be.
Has to be.
It just adds a unique little twist.
Shut up, oven.
The oven's telling us it's ready to go. Just adds a unique little twist to a standard strawberry rhubarb boring pie. So what we want you to have is 2 large apples, peeled, cored, and chopped into small pieces. It ends up being about 3 cups. Then you want about 3/4 of a pound of rhubarb cut into small pieces, again about 3 cups. And then about a pound of fresh strawberries, hulled and then cut into small pieces. Now that is what I've done here. There's about 3 cups of each. This is going to be enough to make 2 pies. And I have put them into 1 cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of flour. And I've mixed that up to keep the apples from browning while we're waiting. So anyway, that's about approximately 9 cups of product ready to go in the pie. So we need to finish making our interior for our pie. So we're going to take 2 eggs, because it's going to be two pies worth. And then we're going to beat those up. Please don't beat me, no, stop out!
Oh, that was lackluster.
Do what?
That was lackluster.
Well, I needed some help from the peanut gallery. But the peanut gallery was the peanut gallery was ignoring me.
He's a peanut. Mr. Grinch.
I don't think Mr. Grinch was a peanut.
He could have been. He could have been a moldy peanut.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so we just beat up the eggs a little bit here. And we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Just to add insult to injury. Poor eggs.
Oh, that smells so good. It's ideal to have pure vanilla extract, not the artificial stuff. It just has a better flavor. So we're beating those up real quick. And then we're going to take that and we're going to mix that into our fruits. Depending on the type of rhubarb you have, it may be super red or it may be more on the green end. It just depends on the variety as how red it gets. Okay, so we've got that mixture done. Here is 1 pie crust. Here is another pie crust. You can make your own pie crust, you can do ready-made, you can do whatever you want.
What about Minute Maid?
I don't think Minute Maid makes pie crusts. At least not at last time I looked.
Well, how often do you look at Minute Maid?
I don't, because I don't drink juice. Oh, so there's my... I've got to open a cabinet. Sorry, people.
I can't see it.
Do what?
I said they can't see it.
Okay, fine.
Well, I'm just saying.
Just fine.
I'm just saying. You don't need to be complaining. You don't need to be whining.
Well, I just wanted to let them know that I needed a cabinet to put the other stuff in.
You just needed a cabinet. Now
I needed the cabinet open. Okay, what I put in there, since somebody is getting ahead of me, that is some chopped up pie crust. And I will get to that as soon as I fill my pie thingies.
Your pie thingies.
Yes, my pie thingies. Okay,
that's the best descriptor ever.
Yes, it is. And I'm going to split this between the 2.
Trying to keep everything in frame? Good. Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Oh, don't whatever me.
Whatever.
Don't whatever me. They need this scoop in action.
They need scoop in action.
That does not sound safe for work.
Scoop in action?
Yeah, scoop in action.
Hey, boo-boo!
Hey, boo-boo!
What you doing there, boo-boo?
You got some sandwiches for me, little girl?
Nope.
Well, damn it.
Okay, I'm not going to put all the juice in the pie
Because you don't drink juice, little girl.
I think it'll just make it a little bit too mushy.
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 Okay, so there we've got our 2 pie shells filled. Aren't they pretty?
You know, it kind of looks like... No, I was going to say, if your vomit looks like that, I think there's some more... I think there's something missing called...
Chewing.
Yeah, that... Well, no, that's a dog, then. Big dogs don't chew.
Okay, so now that we've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to make a nice crumble topping. And in here I have 1.5 cups of flour. To it I'm adding 1 cup of packed dark brown sugar. The white is just because I used the same measuring cup for the flour as the powdered sugar, or as the brown sugar. I've got 1 cup.
Like that?
I don't think so. I've got 1 cup of quick cooking oats. And then this is my special thing that I do. This is a little over 1 cup of chopped pie crust. So it's prepared pie crust. And this makes an amazing texture to your crumble topping. It is really, really nice.
Why do we always forget to turn off the grandfather clock?
Oh, whatever.
I'm just saying, we always
They'll
forget.
just figure it out.
What will they figure
Okay, so now I'm mixing this all up. And this is what's going to go on top of our pies. But before that, I need to go to the freezer and grab out my 1 cup of grated salted butter.
Oh, I got it.
This was sitting in the freezer. It's really warm in here today, so I didn't want it to get too warm.
You know what that
This
looks like?
is really good way if you're making biscuits or something. This was just done. This was just done in a grater, so it makes it really super easy to blend into something. So you were trying to say, as I was trying to say this quickly, so I can just get it blended.
Now that was a long-winded response. You know, I don't remember now.
I forgot.
I forgot.
I can't remember anything.
Oh, I don't know, boo-boo.
Okay, you see how nice that is? That blended so nice. So it's going to give us a little, butter bleed, which is what we want in our,
Now that...
which is what we want in our crumb topping.
What have you found, detective? I found the butter has bled.
The butter bleed.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now I'm going to get a large serving spoon. And I'm going to stuff crumb topping everywhere.
Gross.
And this is also what you
This is very definitely not a low sugar, because you've got 1 cup of sugar in your crust, and then you've got another cup of sugar in your topping. So
and a partridge in the
so you've got a lot, 1 cup of sugar per pie. And,
Here's also the thing, who the hell would assume that a pie is going to be low sugar?
I can make a low sugar pie. As a matter of fact, I was going to do some low sugar apples today, but
You're
I guess
going to
not.
make a low sugar apple.
Low sugar apple pie.
Well, you can say apple pie.
Well, we were
apple.
talking about pies. So.
Well, it doesn't matter. We were talking about pies.
So there.
There.
So there.
And then you add some cheese to the top of this, and you get a
Ew. People do cheese in apple pie.
What?
Seriously, I can't do that. That's that's just gaggining to me, but some people like it,
Apples and cheese
Yes.
do not go together.
Well, some people think they do.
You know what? I bet
Like apples and peanut butter? Ugh. I don't like that.
That I can understand
No, I
a
can't.
bit more.
I can't.
That I can.
Ooh, gag.
I hate peanut butter.
It's like peanut butter and bananas. Ooh.
Do you want some peanut butter, Mr. Krabs?
Nope. I don't. Okay, so there we have it. Our beautiful pies. I am going to put them in a pan so that if they do boil over at all, I'm not getting ick on my oven.
Yeah, because,
And-
last time we had the oven essentially fucking catch... What? It can know. It can know. It can know.
Oh no! Oh no, Mr. Krabs!
Oh, Mr. Krabs, are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
There?
Oh.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh, is it?
Gonna get another one.
It kind of looks like a lamp, like a fucking crap I just lost. Never mind.
What did you just lose? Your brain?
I had one.
Sometime.
Well, now you're just being
You
insulting.
took mine.
Well, that's what happens when you have kids.
I know.
Yeah.
Each child reduces your IQ.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that. You know exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. Probably best not to. Okay.
Oh, yeah. By the way, we need to have the oven at 400 degrees.
Yes, 400 degrees. We're going to cook that for 10 minutes. And then we're going to reduce the heat to 350 degrees. And we are going to cook that for an additional 35 minutes, depending. Could be a little longer, could be a little less, depending on your particular oven. So we will come right back to you when the pie is done.
Or the oven catches on fire.
Well, I don't think the oven's going to catch on fire because I've put catch trays underneath the pies. So.
Well, I didn't say that they would cause the oven to catch fire.
The oven's clean.
I didn't say that'd be it either. It doesn't matter how... You can set something on fire that's plenty clean.
So we will see you on the flip side. Bye. Here are pies out of the oven. We did 10 minutes at 400 degrees, and then we did 35 minutes at 350 degrees. And they are gorgeous little pies, nicely browned. And this one gooed a little bit. That's why we put them in a pan, so we don't get the goo.
There's the blood!
So we don't get the goo on the bottom of the oven. So this is what the bottom of your oven would have looked like had I not used a pan.
You know what the tops of these look like?
Yummy.
They look like dirt.
They look like yummy to me.
Looks like you got just a few handfuls of soil and just...
No, looks yummy to me, and I'm sure they will be very tasty. So anyway, that is what your pies could look like if you do it correctly. And I'm not saying I did. I'm just saying that's what mine look like. And
one of them did get wounded.
And they are really yummy when you have the pie crust pieces in the top of the crumble like that. So we will see you on our next video, and you have a good day. Bye!